Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with simplertrading.com, and in tonight's free video, I wanted to bring you some thoughts on two symbols that I have been tracking, one of which here is TWLO. So the setup that we're currently looking at is the idea that there could be some optimism, anxiety, however you'd like to define it, basically some enthusiasm as you get into their earnings report. Now, if we continue to stay just below this previous swing high, well then my trade idea will probably not work. But what I am already establishing myself in, and what I will buy more of on the pullback into the 21 EMA, are the earnings that revolve around these, or the options that revolve around the earnings series options, next week's call options. And I like the idea that if we do exceed that 407.40, had a little bit of trouble getting through it today as well, but if you can get through that, there may be, something like a $20 or $30 pop here. So keep that in mind as far as your swing trading opportunities. I know the indexes are in an incredibly precarious position right now, so do be mindful and kind of careful of that if we're going to see a bigger correction. But if we just keep on pushing, I can't buy the indexes. I just feel like they're a little too lofty for my taste, so I'm going to try to find some honey badgers, some stocks that are maybe going to do their own thing and, have some good setups to back it. So that's one kind of very straightforward, short duration swing trade. And then the other that I wanted to look at was here in Roku. And this for me gets to be a little bit more in strategy, and maybe I'm overthinking it, but it offers a unique opportunity, just like I gave you in these free videos in Tesla. Those of you that have been watching these free videos religiously will remember the time spreads that I offered up to you around 650. Well, you'll notice today, Tesla's right at 650, so the idea continues to pay us well. And the next place that you might think about it is here in Roku. Now, to just summarize, because you can get way down into the details of this, but what I'm thinking is that we do not get much below 400. Nice big round number, and Roku has respected it as support so far, so maybe we can continue to find buyers at 400. Then I'm thinking we don't get too far above this high. If either of those things ends up being obviously wrong, well again, I may lose money. But what I'm wanting to emphasize is a strategy that sells premium here. Something like selling a call up here in these prices and then selling a put down here in this area, and doing that in an option series that will expire before the earnings come out. Okay, that naked short exposure will carry a lot of risk, so you limit it by coming back here and buying those same strikes, but doing it in the series that will catch the rising IV. Right? The position these will lose money through theta, right? The passage of time will work against them, but you try to compensate for that by that rising IV, and while those are back there kind of marking time as those two factors kind of work against each other, this is just sitting here decaying, and that is where you're bringing in, the theta positive short premium, short vol kind of trade. So anyway, lots of thinking, couple different setups, one very straightforward, one a little bit more involved, but I really do think it's worth your time to consider if you are a dedicated options trader, and I hope you find that a helpful part of your plan as you get into next week. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you at the next free video.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me